morning everyone, welcome to this week. I thought I'd start in the house before heading up to the cabin, and I can't remember at what stage I left off last week, but I struggled on with the amaryllis. The amazing amaryllis we've now got that sort of circle of, they just look like lily heads, but in a circle. What an amazing plant. It's so clever, so clever. So what I'm going to attempt this morning is so tricky. I've started making things up, as you do. I'm quite enjoying this section, and I want to try, if I can, to get this effect of roundness on the head. It's dark outside. It is nice that the light is getting longer, the days are stretching. We can get beyond 4 o'clock now before it's really dark. I've got the amaryllis on the table. I'm so tempted to go into this photo album, but I think I will keep it for portraits. So in my day sketchbook, I have no clue where I am on the page. In all the wrong places, I would imagine. Yeah, in all the wrong places, but it's that thing of really trying to draw what you see as opposed to what you think you see or what you think you know. I've got some lemon and ginger here, which is lovely. Okay. And I've put out some white, and this is a permanent dark green, just a deep green, one of those small Amsterdam paints. Okay, and then what to do with this? Oh, so tempted to press it over, but I won't. Let's just see. painting like this with this brush, it's sort of making me think about iris, the iris. And I've got iris on the brain at the moment because in the book that I talked about last week, I'm absolutely thrilled to bits. I've found a new artist, Cecil Morris, and I didn't know anything about Cecil Morris, but I do now. So I'm just cleaning my brush on another page, but then I'll strategically try, not with that. This is the frustration of the regular sketchbook as opposed to the concertina. I'm working away in my concertinas at the moment and really enjoying them. Right, I'll leave that there. Ready for tomorrow. This morning I've put in another layer of paint. I need it to dry. So second layer, and I've scratched in, I've got a bit of stick, and I've scratched in a little bit, trying to place things. When this is dry, I'll go in with white paint probably. The beauty of the layering is that you get a little bit of something popping through, and if you don't like it, you just cover it. And as usual, I've got this tendency to push out far too much paint than I need. However, my Heath Robinson paper, what would we call it? Paper scaffold stayed in place, and that's dry, so I can work something on those pages. I really will just stop there, I think, and I'll come back to those pages. That's my brush, and then whatever's left on my bit of paper palette. Ooh. I'm working more on here. I'm back in my familiar spot. I'm heading up to the cabin this morning, but I've got to be at the ready with my over trousers. We are going to move the containers. They're quite weighty, but we're going to shift the containers into place this morning. So getting excited now to fill them with the soil that we kept and turned last year. We've got one of the smallest of the Cortem planters in place. So one little bit down and a bit more to go on the main area. It's musical tables and chairs. I've been asked about that painting and if I would take a close-up. So I thought, actually, I've rearranged things, and with that painting there, I think it was Margaret, hello Margaret, said she wanted to work in those colours and could I show a bit more of that painting. So Margaret, it's there to have a look. My bit of landscape area here. Right, so really what I need to do is get on with some painting. And I think I'm going to bring up the figure and have a little go on that this morning. I'm telling myself to stop here. Crumbs. it's so useful, I've been taking photographs stage by stage, and that enabled me to rethink this top section. And I'm not saying I'm finished, but I'm going to leave it there and live with it for a bit. The hair, I need to strengthen in the hair a little bit. There's something not quite right there. So easy. I find it so easy to keep going and going and going. I'll move her back down off the easel somewhere else to have a look. Quite like the colour palette. I quite like the difference in the marks. So, really good fun this morning. Well, I didn't quite get down for lunch before doing a little bit more on this guy. So, yeah, a bit more to go on there, I think, before I'm finished. A new day. I've come in this morning and I'm determined to try and get this finished. I've pulled over one of the other trio. If you remember, a few weeks back I started up using a very restricted colour palette, so I'd quite like to have a little go on her this morning, and I thought I'd introduce you to the fake orchid. I found this for just about $1.99. I do like having a look at the fakes. Obviously they are nothing to the real thing, but I can't risk bringing an orchid up here to draw. I can't risk bringing up my amaryllis that is so nearly ready to burst, because it's colder, and if I forget to take it back down, oh, that would be a disaster. So I'm happy, I want to keep them in their constant habitat. But so I think to myself, if I see something that's not too bad, an imitation, it might be quite good to have in the cabin as a bit of reference. So I'll enjoy, at some stage, I'll enjoy having a go at that. Right, okay, so I'm going to put my heaters back on and just see if I can get a little bit further with these guys this morning. Okay. Well, I've had a really good time. I've pushed paint about on anything that was in the vicinity. If you've been following, you know for the longest time I've struggled with these two. I am determined they will come. I'm really liking something of that. So not so much that one that had its red phase, but I do quite like that for now, at the moment. No, I think you have to just accept that there's no rush with things. And I think that once you accept that there's no rush and things can just rest and sit, it's a good feeling. You take the pressure off. I still can't quite get what I want in there. I don't know what I want, but when I see it, I'll know it, and I'm not seeing it. And the same with her. I'll let that dry and I'll put a gloss top. I'll finish that. And that's it, I think. That's it for this morning. I'm quite pleased. I'm quite pleased with her. I won't do anything, as I say, for a bit longer on her. I'll let her be. So it's really nice. It's really nice to feel like there's work, plenty going on. I will resist working on the walls in the new cabin, area. And I have, I've ordered another easel that Cowling and Wilson, I'll put it on the screen. They had that really good price easel that I've got in the house, and it's constantly out of stock. And they nudged me at Christmas saying, this is a really good offer again. And I put it to the back of my mind thinking, I don't know. But then kicked myself wishing I had got it. Still out of order, it's out of order again. So I found from Robert Dias, if you're in the UK, Robert Dias have got that similar easel. I'm hoping it's as good a quality when it arrives, for some crazy 60 something pounds. And it will be so useful to me because I don't want to, I'm keeping my house easel and I've got my very old one and I'm fancying another one in this joiner section. I can keep the walls cleaner, which will save redecorating. If Southeast Open Studios, I am going to be down in the Pantiles, but I'm thinking if I wanted to open my studio any other time, it would be nice to know that the walls are clean. And I haven't got I don't feel compelled to do a frantic clean-up. Right, lunch, it's lunchtime. So, more tomorrow. Oh my word, it's here already. So excited when I heard and saw the guy at the door with this. No question, it's the easel. It's really weighty, but I'm just hoping now it's as good a quality. And I'll pause the video, get it together, because otherwise in real time it might be quite a while. But before I do that, Craig's has got the 5, the 5, and he's got a second, and this is mine. Still, it's just about ready to go. My second is a bit taller than his. I'm so excited for that one. On the other two, I don't know if anyone else has this. It's come up just with leaf and nothing else. And this one looks like it's going to be a single. We bought them all around the same time. So that's how much they vary. And they've all been in that same position. There's some heat on the wall, they've got light, and the same amount of watering. So it's really, really, really good fun. Okay, right, I'll turn this off and get this easel unpacked, and then we'll see. Here we are then. So it is smaller. Not by a lot, but it's actually narrower, just a little bit smaller all over. We've got ourselves a box of, we'll put it on wheels with brakes. So, fantastic. Practically the same thing, just a slightly smaller version. I'm really, really pleased. So, I mean, plenty big enough for my A1. I don't imagine working on anything that much bigger on here. So if you were wanting a house easel, the smaller version, might be more to your liking than the bigger Cowling Wilcox one. So, and obviously it's got all this, one can do that. Or shift it up. Brilliant, brilliant. And yes, I will be wrapping the tray in bubble wrap just to try and protect it for a bit. So I'm back in, looking at, I'll just put out some white paint. Looking here again, not sure where I'm going. I've put another figure in. I'm not sure where I'm going, but it doesn't matter because I know that this is the good bit, the not knowing. Something is slowly coming, and I felt a bit deflated with it this morning when I started, but as soon as you pick up the brushes and the paint, that just vanishes because you're making changes and you're engaging with it. So I'm going to carry on this week. I'm going to try and rectify that. I feel as though I'm getting closer and closer with this one, and then I'll have the 3. It doesn't matter. If I'm really honest, yes, I would love to be able to really quickly be able to come in, know what to do, know how to just get what I want, but it doesn't, for me anyway, it doesn't work like that. I have to kind of experiment and see what comes. And I suppose I could always use a formula that's worked before maybe, or copy another painting, but I just don't want to do that. I want to keep finding, I want to treat each painting as an individual thing. That's my feeling anyway. So, lots and lots going on. I'm thrilled to bits with that easel, and it will make its way up here, I'm sure. But I think for now, I might leave it where it is and continue to do paintings of the amaryllis. I've been working a bit more in that sketchbook, in my everyday sketchbook, playing with a bit of collage as well. So I might be able to get a bit more done there. Happy days. Have a wonderful week, everyone, whatever you're working on. And don't worry if it's a struggle. Painting will always throw things at you. Know that if you hang in with it, you can resolve it. Sometimes maybe no, and then pick up something. Yeah, I think you've just got to remember that even when it's a struggle, enjoy the process. Don't worry about the outcome, just enjoy the actual painting process. Have a great week, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.